What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Catch Me Off-Road YouTube channel. Lately, I've gotten the itch to get into overlanding. A lot of guys in our group are kind of into it. We've had people ask me to go on camping trips over the weekend. I've always been kind of more a stay at the hotel kind of guy. But recently, the colors have changed in Michigan. It's kind of turning into fall weather. And it's just, the outdoors are beautiful right now. And I decided, what better time than now to start getting into the overlanding game? So, obviously, I just recently received a rooftop tent and a bed rack from OpenRoad 4-wheel drive, and I figured maybe I should look into getting some more accessories. So, I went to their website and noticed that there was a huge Black Friday sale going on. It's starting now, as you can see on my screen. It's the 28th of October, and they've already got a lot of products on sale. So currently I already have the rooftop tent and the bed rack, and the next accessory I was thinking about getting was the freestanding awning. They do have, I'll click on it right here. They have a 270 degree awning. They also have I believe, a 180 awning and a 90. Obviously the nicest one, or the biggest one with the most coverage, is the 270. Or the 270 plus as well. But if you take a look at this one, it's normally $800 for just the freestanding awning, and it's now on sale for $599. So $200 off for Black Friday, which is an awesome deal for an awning like this. The competitors are selling these for $1,500 or more for something similar. And the other thing that caught my eye was they have a version with sidewalls. So I'll click on that and show you what it looks like. And this is cool because the rooftop tent is great for two people. The one I have, they do have a family one, but I have the two-person one. This awning actually allows you to enclose the full rear of the truck, and you could use it as a tent. You could use it as like a food preparation area, just to keep you out of the weather if it's raining, etc. So it really caught my eye, and I think this is what I want to go for. I'll show you some other features it has. So you can see right here, it's got lights in it. It looks like 3 lights, as well as legs that fold down. So there's the lights, and it looks like there's 3 different colors for the lights. And then it's got these legs that fold down, which I read you can use if there's super windy conditions, but otherwise you can just use the freestanding awning without the legs. And then once you add these side panels on to fully enclose the tent, you just get a lot more protection from the elements right there. So we're going to go ahead and order this for the passenger side, since my rooftop tent folds down on the driver's side. And we'll go ahead and add it to cart. And yeah, you can't beat this price. $800 for a full awning with the sidewalls as well. That's ridiculous. So anyway, I'll go ahead and order this, and hopefully it'll be in here in a few days. I think it looks like it just takes a few days to arrive. They've got a spot in New Jersey. I'm in Michigan, so should be, maybe a week top. So I'll go ahead and get this stuff put in, and once it arrives, we'll go ahead and unbox it and install it on the truck. Also, I wanted to show you guys a couple more of their sales. So if you're looking at getting a rooftop tent, here, let's click on the Black Friday sale, and we'll look at what they have on sale. So this is the hard shell aluminum tent right here. This is a really nice one, and yeah, normally it's $2,500. Right now it's on sale for about $1,950. Super good deal. If you compare this to the closest competitors, the big name brands, this is like a $4,000 to $5,000 tent. And OpenRoad does an amazing job of using very similar designs, super high quality materials, and they can still save you a ton of money. So I would not hesitate to get something like this. Save 50% off of one of the big name brands, and you get the exact same thing essentially. Their bed rack, which is the same one I have, it's now also on sale, $200 off. They've got a cool shower awning, and if you buy that, I would highly recommend getting like the water tank that they have, as well as a heater. That way you have kind of a full, really nice setup shower. This water tank, you would just fill it up at home or at a campsite, wherever you are, and then you pressurize it with compressed air to kind of keep the water flow increased when you're taking a shower. And then you can also get the portable heater. I believe it runs on propane, this one. And you have a warm shower while you're out camping. You can't beat that. This right here is the 180 awning. And you can see it covers completely one side of the vehicle. The 270 does similar, but it wraps around to the back and kind of onto the other side as well. They also have a small 90-degree awning. That one's very affordable, $299 right now. That's a good deal for someone who's just wanting to do, you know, maybe short trips, or if you have a smaller vehicle and you don't have a ton of room on top, because the larger awnings do take up, even while they're folded, the tube is a little longer. This one's a much more reasonable size for smaller vehicles. There's the soft rooftop tent. This is the exact one that I have, and it's now down to $899.99, so it's $700 off. That's almost 50% off right there. They do sell winches. They have these portable fridge setups, chairs, etc. But yeah, make sure you take a look. And then down at the bottom, these are a lot of packages that they have that are like a combo pack where you get, you know, an awning plus a shower, or an awning with the sidewalls, or a winch plus an awning, etc. And they have a bunch of these packages that you can look at and save big money when you combine items together. So anyway, take a look at these if you get a chance. And this right here is actually the exact setup that I'm going after. And this is where it started at. This is the rooftop tent plus the bed rack plus the awning. This bottom left one right here. So save a lot of money by doing this, guys. What's up, guys? The day is here. My OpenRoad stuff has finally arrived. So I received my 270-degree awning right here, and it comes with this other box, which I think is the sides for the awning. If you look at the picture, these sides right here. So we're gonna go ahead and unbox it and try to get it put on the truck real quick. All right, crack the box open. Looks like there is the awning itself, and then there's these little bags right here, which I think have bolts and nuts and stuff in them. And it looks like the brackets are sitting right here. Those are what you're gonna use to mount it to the truck. And the manual, of course. So we're gonna move the truck over a little bit so we have more room to work on it, and we'll get started. All right, guys, so I got this thing unpacked, and on the back side here, you'll see I put the brackets on already. It's just as simple as dropping in the T-bolts. They have a T-head. You drop them in, slide them along wherever you want. Right now it's still loose, so I can move it around. But I put my two brackets on, and my plan is to try to install it on these bars right here. Take that end cap off on each side and try to install it right there so it kind of overhangs on the side of the truck. All right, guys, I was able to get it up there on my own. It took about 10 minutes. And I used the carriage bolts that came with the kit. I'm actually gonna swap those out for the shorter ones, but I'm in kind of a time crunch right now. So you can see the 4 bolts right here that we put on earlier. I just tightened those up, and then I was able to use the bracket, and it mounted right onto my OpenRoad roof rack. The carriage bolt slid in the groove really nicely, and I just had to tighten these up. So the kit comes with shorter carriage bolts as well, so I'm gonna try to swap these out for those in a little bit. I gotta run some errands right now, but the thing's on right now. Let's open it up real quick, see what it looks like. And I also had to make sure I cleared the door up there. If you see, let me go around and show you. So this area right here, you have to make sure that you're not obstructing anything. So you can see right there, I was clear of the door, and then there's really no overhang beyond the bumper. So it's flush there. And then I was able to pull it in pretty nicely where it's flush up with the roof mount, or the bed rack. And it looks really good. So let's open it up real quick. First time opening it up. Okay, I'm gonna grab my little rope. There's an orange cord that you're supposed to connect right here, and you can use that as a lead and kind of drag it around. So let me grab that real quick. This right here is the orange rope I was talking about. So we're just gonna clip that on right here. And then we should be able, oh, I forgot to open these guys. Let's open the 3 straps real quick. And there's part of the canvas that drops down. Oh yeah, it's already starting to open. And it looks like I have this hooked on the wrong one. So let me hook it on the correct one. It should be this guy right here. Oh boy. And they say you can just strap it on anywhere. So I'm just gonna put it right here for now. Hook it right there, and then you can tighten it with this. Let's check this bad boy out. Wow, look at that. That is super cool. This thing is massive. Okay, so obviously you can see that it's way above my head. I'm 5'11", and it's about a foot above my head, which is good. The truck's high, so that helps with it. Alright guys, so there are these poles that can come down if you need extra stability, like in high wind conditions or anything like that. But as you can see right now, it's a little breezy, and this thing is super rigid, so I'm not worried about it at all. Also, it has LED lights built in, which will show when we go camping over the weekend. These can do white, yellow, and amber. And then they have nice dust covers right here that protect the connectors from the elements. So stay tuned. Alright guys, that's what it looks like all folded up. Like I said, I gotta hit the road, but we'll be continuing this video once we get off road and test it out with camping. I was also able to wire my rear amber lights into the rack right here, which is pretty cool. I'll clamp the wires later, but really happy with how this turned out, and thanks so much to OpenRoad. See you guys soon. We're out in central Michigan doing a little overland trip. We're about to pop open the OpenRoad awning, the 270-degree awning. We already have the tent unfolded, but we haven't set up all the windows and flaps yet, but we're about to get to that when we do the awning real quick. Once you get it all unzipped, then you just have to pull the 3 straps open. And we kind of strap our tools, the stakes in here for the sidewalls and everything, just so you don't lose them. Then he's going to drop that, and all the material's going to drop down, just like that. And then you just grab the orange strap and you walk it around. And let me zoom out a little bit so you can see how easy this is. This is his first time setting it up too. So then you're going to come around, you're going to hook that. I like using this spot right here. You're going to hook it, and then you're going to kind of tighten the, pull the drawstring a little bit. Yep, that's perfect right there. And that's it. The awning is up right now. We have legs if we need to use them for high wind conditions. Tonight we're not going to use them. And then we have lights as well, which we're going to plug in just a second. So really cool setup. Thing is massive too. Alright guys, it's getting a little dark right now. I had to turn on the flash, but we're plugging in our lights, and it's as easy as just plugging these 3 little connectors in. And then the other end over here, right here, goes into the USB. And we have 4 USBs on a little power bank. You can just pick whichever one you want. And then we're going to turn this little guy on. So you see the battery's on. And then the blue lights are on now. So that means they're all active. And you just click them. And if you click it a second time, it actually changes color. I'm going to turn off my flash now. And you click it a third time, it changes to a third color as well. So it can go yellow, white, or kind of a mix of both. It's like a soft white. And that'll give us plenty of light under here, because we did put up one of the sidewalls just to give us some privacy, since there's a trail up here. And we can, cook and do all our stuff back here. Alright, so we just wrapped up the Overland trip that we took with the new awning. And first of all, I just want to say it did an amazing job. Huge shout out to OpenRoad for making a great product. You can see I did pick up a little bit of pinstriping on the side from being on tight trails. I guess you could say it was more than just a little bit of pinstriping. We were abusing it pretty good. The wrap on the truck also showed some scratches, but overall had a great time. The awning did perfectly. And one thing I would recommend is try to install it inboard as much as you can to prevent that stuff. Also help with aerodynamics. And then second of all, make sure when you're done with the awning, you leave it open to dry out completely, so you're not closing it with liquid inside. Same goes for the tent. But yeah, so huge shout out to OpenRoad. Thank you, and stay tuned. We have another overlanding trip in the UP coming up, so make sure you check that out. Thanks, guys.